Today, I want to talk to you about the key things I learned about running my art business that helped me take it from a part-time side hustle to a full-time career. Now, becoming a full-time artist doesn't just magically happen one day. It takes a lot of preparation, a lot of growth, and while we each have different journeys and circumstances, there really are 5 key areas that I focused on that helped me make the transition. So if you're someone that's wondering how to become a full-time artist, or even if your art business would be sustainable as your full-time career, then stick around because I'm sharing how I made the transition and the steps you can take to move yourself closer to that goal too. Hi, my name is Jessica Hitchcock. I am a full-time artist with a business degree and over 10 years in finance, business, and accounting. I've been running my art business since 2015, and I'm all about sharing my knowledge and experiences, the failures and the wins, because I want other aspiring artists to create successful long-term art businesses of their own. Now, if you don't want to be a full-time artist and maybe you want to keep your 9-to-5 and just have your art business on the side as a side business, that's great. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to go full-time. But I will say there are tips in this video that you will find helpful as well. Okay, let's start off with talking finances and crunching numbers. Now, I don't see a whole lot of people talking about the finances of running an art business, what it entails, where to even begin. So this is where I'm going to start because I think that it is so helpful for you to know. And I'm on a mission to share and simplify all the things that come into running an art business and the finance side of it. So if you're wanting to run your art business full-time one day, you need to know how much money you need to make. So start by running these 3 sets of numbers. The first set of numbers are your personal bills. So how much do you pay each month for your mortgage, your rent, your gas, utilities, your car insurance? Let's throw groceries in there as well. The second set of numbers are your art business expenses. So what do you pay each month on supplies, maybe rent of a studio space, subscriptions, so maybe your website or your email provider. Now, if you're sitting there saying, I don't know how much money I spend in my art business, I don't even know how to track that, then check out my Finance for Artists resource. It's a bookkeeping template to track your business finances in an easy and organized way. It's great for artists at any stage. Really, it doesn't matter how early you are in your art career, you need to be tracking your finances, especially if you want to go full-time one day. It includes the bookkeeping template for your finances. It's all set up and ready to go. And also 2 short videos, one of where I show you how to actually use the template. And in the second one, I also teach you some easy bookkeeping with examples so you can document the situations that really will take place in your art business so you know exactly how to track and document those. Click the link to check it out. So when it comes to gathering those personal and business expenses, I would recommend gathering maybe 4 to 6 months of those numbers. That way you're getting a good snapshot on what it really would take to keep the lights on. The third group of numbers are those extra expenses. So saving for emergencies, retirement, paying off debt like maybe school loans or credit cards. These are important things we don't want to overlook either. So once you add those numbers up, that total is a good guidepost on how much your art business should be bringing in. Keep in mind that as a full-time artist, your art business is paying for you, the human, the person, and also your art business. Now, if you're looking at that number and you think that being a full-time artist is impossible, trust me, it's not. If it wasn't, people wouldn't be doing it. These totals are your financial goals. They're your compass. And knowing how much money you need each month minimum is key to running a sustainable business. So the next one is growing your art business. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? So if you looked at those previous numbers and you thought, wow, I really need to grow my art business, then you're on the right track. Now, the specific steps to growing your art business looks different for everyone. So I can share some examples on how to do so in a future video. But for right now, I want to talk about the importance of growing your art business. So I started painting in 2015, and I didn't go full-time until 2019. That is 4 years of the side hustle role hardcore. Now, I'm not saying you need to run yourself ragged by any means. What I'm saying is that Rome wasn't built in a day, but they were laying bricks every hour. It's putting in that continuous effort so that you can see the snowball effect, planting the seeds now that will grow over time into big opportunities for your art business down the road. That means meeting people, networking, applying for opportunities that will lead to more opportunities in the future. Growing your art business before you're able to make it a full-time career takes time. So be patient and keep at it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You can do it. Next area is to network. Get to know people virtually and in real life that are in these two groups. Group A is other artists. I'm all about the community over competition and karma, and I know that the more you put in, the more you get out. I always opted for sharing knowledge and opportunities with other artists, and they just naturally do the same with me. And we also help each other when we need advice and feedback. It's important to be able to bounce ideas, pricing, products off of people that are also in the trenches with you and understand, and that are also people that you respect and that you trust. Definitely look for artist friends online and locally. And as for Group B, it's good to network with people that aren't artists, but that are entrepreneurs as well. I consider this being just a well-rounded business owner. Develop friendships with people that are in similar positions as you, just outside of the artist realm. So for example, I met a group of ladies that own their own local staging company for homes. It was a very mutually beneficial relationship. They needed original artwork to stage in these homes, and I thought it was great to get my artwork out and about and in people's faces and just to be seen more outside the studio. And they have a network of people that are interested in artwork as well. So again, these relationships can benefit both parties for sure. The next one's a big one that I feel is overlooked pretty often, and make benchmarks. Let's demystify the whole someday I'll be a full-time artist and actually put a date on the calendar and make a plan. Okay, so going back to the finances, you've already crunched the numbers. Now you want to decide how much money you want saved up before you make the transition to make you feel comfortable. So is that 6 months of expenses? Is that a year of expenses? So after that, you're going to want to start laying those benchmarks. If you made the switch in 12 months, how much each month do you need to save starting now? Do you already have money saved up? What if you made that 18 months instead of 12 months? What does that look like? So basically take the amount of money you want to have saved and calculate how long it will take you to save that. The next step is to actually save the money, because having money saved is where the true freedom lies. Okay, so now you have the amount of money you need to save, you've set the timeframes and benchmarks, so now save the money. This could be one of the last things standing between you and going full-time as an artist. Keep in mind, this money is so that you have cushion when you make the transition to a full-time artist while you're still kind of learning those ebbs and flows. In different parts of the year, bring in more money than others. So this money is your safety net. It will allow you to plan and focus and strategize so you're not in panic mode the moment that you go full-time. So if you want to learn more about running an art business, definitely subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments if any of this was helpful and if you'd like me to dig deeper in any of these topics in a future video. Chat soon.